People are everything in business. It's not a cliche to say that people are the most valuable resource. Leaders must do everything they can to design, build, and lead their organization. It all comes down to people, from how the customers feel about the product or service they're purchasing to how employees feel about the product or service they're providing. Must have a vision. This vision must be inspirational as well as aspirational. Nobody starts at the finish line. Where are we going and how shall we get there? A leader must be able to articulate their vision in a way that resonates with all levels of the organization. The vision must be strategic, yet achievable, honorable and ethical, and make good business sense. There are 3 levels of leadership, increasing in complexity and richness as we go from the top down. Level 1 is the simplest and most superficial of the 3. Level 2 is intermediate, and level 3 is deepest, richest, and most rewarding of all. It is also the most difficult to build. My model of leadership begins with understanding. Understanding of the symbiotic nature of the relationship between the organization and the people who comprise the workforce is essential to both. Each party must understand the other. This implies level 3 leadership, in which a leader has a relationship with their organization at all levels. I'm going to continue to develop my education and skills through practice of both. I have my writing to do and my personal path, but in the meantime, it's my career that is providing not just the quality of life, but the opportunity to continue to study and practice. The world can be a better place through my efforts. I want to leave it a better place through my efforts. My personal charter, values. My values include honesty, transparency, determination, teamwork, excellence, ethics, and respect for others. My personal charter, strategy. Deliver on my work assignments in my new job and role. Set a positive example. Develop a network and be seen as a leader. Help this organization grow and develop as I continue to do the same. My internal life's dream. What do I want to be doing at age 70? A semi-retired author and speaker. What do I want to be at age 70? University professor, or perhaps a field anthropologist. What do I want people to remember me for? I hope to be remembered for my writings, which I hope will someday help to improve the world by helping people to understand each other better in this complex technological age. How would I describe my externalized dream? I would describe my externalized dream as to learn as much as I can and to bring enlightenment to the world through my passion for writing and music. How did I feel when I was in flow, and what aspects of it were satisfying? It feels like flying or floating. If you've ever had a dream of flying, it looks kind of like this picture. It's freedom, and that is its own satisfaction. That's what it's like to be in flow. When was I the most productive in life, and how did it feel? I feel the most productive in life when I'm writing poetry and songs. It feels like you're an antenna receiving signals from the universe, and you're just channeling that through. My personal model for managing change begins with keeping a calm exterior despite whatever disruptions the change may bring. Losing your temper never clears your vision and your ability to see through to a solution. Understanding the nature of the change is essential in being able to identify options and to select the best one, which of course means analyzing the possible outcomes of each. Most important is active listening, which is characterized by truly listening to the other person, understanding their words and the meaning or context behind them. Stop thinking about what you're going to say while the other person is still talking. Give them the courtesy of listening fully until they stop. Then and only then is it your turn. I owned a book about former President John F. Kennedy when I was a child. I kept reading it even after I'd memorized every word. As the second of 8 children, young John, or Jack as he was called by his family, learned the importance of teamwork, fair competition, interdependence, and caring for others. As a young naval officer, Jack became the captain of a patrol torpedo boat, PT-109. One night, PT-109 was hit by a Japanese destroyer. The impact cut Jack's boat in half. He suffered a back injury but led his men to safety, swimming over 3 miles while pulling one of his injured crewmen behind him while clenching the crewman's life jacket strapped between his teeth. As our 35th president, and at the time the youngest president in our history, Jack Kennedy continued to inspire the nation. In his famous speech, he challenged the United States to become a leader in space exploration and land a man on the moon by the end of the decade with his famous words, "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things not because they are easy, but because they are hard." I may never reach the lofty status of my boyhood hero, John F. Kennedy, and the goal of landing on the moon has long since been achieved. But we find new challenges facing us in today's world. What we cannot do is continue to face these new challenges with the same old techniques and perspectives that we've used for the last 2,000 years. Our new global society and its global economy need to learn how better to work together. We can't continue to be held back by petty differences which have marked the last 2,000 years. Skin color, ethnicity, religion, and sexual orientation are but a few of the human traits we need to reject as being reasons to treat someone differently. Only by conquering our own history can we shed the cocoon of our old human identity and break free of our limiting customs and attitudes, embracing the future in which we are no longer holding ourselves back, a future in which humanity preserves the planet that sustains it while living cooperatively with the new understanding for the greater good of all mankind.